Hi Claire, welcome to your final exam essay draft screencast. I am first going to take it and put it into a Word document, so any changes that I make are not going to mess you up. You almost have 5 pages, and oh no, I can already see that we're working with contractions. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through and just find some major things, tiny things, but still things that could help improve your score when it comes to, it's only 70 points, so you want to make sure that every point really does count here. So I can already say I've got to take out the contractions and a works cited list. I don't see that, which you didn't give yourself points for, which was smart. I see you have definitely done your MLA formatting correctly, except for I missed Strahler, not Strahler. The journey of a lifetime is really interesting. I hope that you're talking about the journey of a lifetime for every single character, because that's amazing. Make sure you are not capitalizing things like that. Let's see. I see correctly italicized. That's great. Correctly putting quotation marks, and here too. All right, your job is to now, especially because this will help extend your essay, your job is to start from here, right here, and talk about the Odyssey. The Odyssey is a story about, and do that for all 3 pieces. Like I said, it will extend your essay, but also in your introduction, you are introducing the stories. You are introducing what you're going to talk about in your entire essay. You need to have very little narrative in your paragraphs, and so this is one way that you get there, is by doing kind of a broad overview in your introduction. All these 3 stories, so we're still going through some just like major things. I see your thesis statement. That's great. I can give you points for that. Okay, all right. Topic sentence, doing correct in-text citations, except for this. He says you need a comma there. Make sure that is capitalized. Now you have this ginormous quotation here. I haven't read it, but it seems to me that you probably don't need it that big. No matter what, if it is more than 4 lines long, then your job is to separate it by doing this and then pushing this button to make it go over. It's okay. Okay, keep going. Okay, make sure you fix this parenthetical in-text citation. And this one. Remember, the period gets shoved to the outside. And this one. What? Why did you suddenly start doing it differently? Oh, and you gotta fix that. Okay. Okay, there's that again. Okay, looks good. So I'm gonna start with your introduction. The journey of a story has the power to change the whole outcome. Journey is what makes the characters who they are and what determines who they will be. What do you mean by that? I want you to be a little more specific. Maybe you want to change this. What is so interesting, maybe you want to say to readers, about the journey is that you will never know what could happen. Anything can change at any second. Journey is a process or course likened to traveling. Sounds like you got that from someone else. I would like you to change that before you turn it in so that it is your words, nobody else's. Although journey does not always have to be a physical trip traveled, comma. Usually you put a comma kind of where you pause while you're reading. It could be an emotional journey of a character that changes who they are or what they do. Cool. Journey is represented in many stories such as the Odyssey, written by Homer, comma, written by Homer. 20 Things Boys Can Do to Become Men, comma, written by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Make sure you are spelling this correctly. And Thank You, Ma'am, comma, written by Langston Hughes. So this is where you're going to explain your stories. Okay, all 3 of these stories show a journey taken by one or many characters that decide the outcome or ending. Maybe you want to say outcome, comma, ending, comma, or even the theme of the story. In these stories, some type of journey is taken, whether it is a physical journey or a journey that makes the characters realize who they should be and what they should do. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of repetition about the journey and things, but I guess what you're doing is you went from broad about journeys in general and started talking specifically down here about how it affects characters. Okay, you can maybe pare that down a little bit, but read through it and see if it really says everything you want it to say in the number, and if you have to use that many words in order to get there. Okay, first paragraph. The theme of journey affects the story. Uh-oh, this looks wrong. Okay, just one space, you're okay. The theme of journey affects the story as seen in the Odyssey. Okay, see here. This you can take out if you have it in your introduction. You can just start. This story is full of drama and many things. What do you mean? Many things happen along the way. Now, this is a standard level thing to say, not an honors level thing to say. You want to change that and really be more focused in your language as you are writing this and as you're revising. It's something you can do, but you do have to really put your mind to it. You have to be focused on it. So maybe one time you go through your essay, in the next few days you want to really look just for words that you could use that would really make it a lot better. The most important journey traveled is the one taken by young Telemachus, also known as Odysseus' son. His father had not come home from war yet, and he went on a journey to search for news of his father. Combine these two sentences. They don't need to be separate. In the end, he and his father overcame the suitors together, comma, which was a journey for them together. As Telemachus is going to embark on his journey to search, you've already said that. He is talking to Athena. He says, "You've counseled me with so much kindness now, like a father to a son. I won't forget a word." As you can see, while Telemachus had no father figure for a while, comma, he had women to help him along the way. But he wanted the great Odysseus around for him. This is not necessary, because it doesn't do anything to prove your thesis. Now, the fact that he had women along the way, he didn't know that that was Athena. So you can put that in there, but it's not necessarily helpful. As you can see by how he was, how overjoyed he was. I see. So what you wanted to do was put this. Deep in his heart, however, he wanted the great Odysseus around for him, the great Odysseus home, as you can see by how overjoyed he was when he knew his father was home in Ithaca. Okay, definitely do not need to have all of this. You should use these are called ellipses, in order to make this shorter. This is much, much too long for what you're trying to do here. Note that in your rubric, it actually says that you will elaborate on each piece of evidence or quotation before transitioning onto the next piece. Your analysis should be at least twice the length of the evidence/quotation. Whew, can you imagine trying to write analysis in 9th grade that is longer than this? It's a lot. So here you are. This is a lot of narrative. So you want to be careful right here. You really got to focus on the analysis piece because you're giving me more and more narrative. And this is great. This is a wonderful example of how a journey can create something great in the end. But go back and talk about how the story is affected by the journey, the story itself. You're not just stating the journeys that the characters make, you're talking about how it affects the story. Okay, for time's sake, I've got to move on. But at least you know now you really got to focus on that analysis piece and shorten up your sentences to combine them, make them more complex. You are a higher level thinker, you're a higher level writer, so push yourself up that direction, away from middle school brief sentences. You want to have complex sentences that mean more and have a greater punch. Okay, conclusion. The theme of journey affects the story as seen in the Odyssey, 20 Things Boys Can Do to Become Men, comma, and Thank You, Ma'am. In the Odyssey, comma, Telemachus embarks on the journey of finding his father and then becoming closer to him than ever. Nice. And 20 Things Boys Can Do to Become Men, maybe the author shows the journey boys should take to be themselves, maybe to become themselves, and learn to be real men. And Thank You, Ma'am, comma, inside, the boy learns right from wrong on his journey of, let's see, his journey. I don't think that the journey was what not to do to a lady. I think his journey was of making a mistake and learning from it. The amazing thing about literature is you never know what could happen or how things could turn out. These pieces of literature all share a wonderful journey, comma, whether it's physical, mental, or mental or emotional. How about let's change that. Something always happens to make the journey worthwhile. Yep, that's doable. Okay, so analysis. Change some of your formatting here, some of the formatting down below. Focus on only the theme, how the theme of journey affects the story, and get your works cited list in. You're writing well, you're writing thoroughly, and I really look forward to seeing your final and the revisions you make to it.